You are listening to The Reference Desk, the Wicomico Library's podcast that connects you to your public library.
Welcome back to The Reference Desk, the podcast by Wicomico County Libraries that connects you with your local library. My name is Vicki, and I work at the Center Branch Library in the mall, and today we're going to do a fireside reading. This month's podcast, we're going to be reading from a collection of poetry that you can find on Hoopla, and the link will be in the description down below. It's called Nocturnal, and the author is Wilder. It is just a collection of thought-provoking and relaxing poetry. It can be a little dark, but it's safe for everybody. If you check out the book on Hoopla, the illustrations are really nice too, so I do recommend that. I am an open window, tangle sheets at 1 a.m. I count stars instead of sheep, and dream with my eyes open. It's how I know that I'll always remember them. I talk to the moon and she listens, a little louder than anyone else has. And in those moments when my voice only knows how to be silent, I write her letters while the rest of the world is sleeping. I hope she finds them one day. Part 1 of this collection is called Dusk. I climb the mountains to see the world, wear different shades of honesty. And isn't it beautiful? The way we see things change, the way our eyes fall in love with a different time of day, knowing that it will never hurt when tomorrow comes. My eyes will remember how to love the world under changing skies. When the light changes, so does the view. Just as the sun met the horizon, I came into this world, with eyelids that looked like a bruise-colored sky. My skin knew the taste of salt before I could meet the ocean, but as my gentle screams filled the room to let you know that I could breathe, I learned what it felt like to be saved while drowning. I've always been told that I was born chasing sunsets, but sometimes I wonder if I'm really just trying to find a way to be in two places at once. There is something graceful about the way time passes by, how it gives itself away, never knowing whose hands will stop it to hold it before it leaves. I found you in all of the things you left behind, like love letters folded in dressers and shadows on the bedroom floor. I have wept for beautiful things, raising flowers with my rain. I break for birds that aren't ready to fly upward and carry spiders to new homes, and I am learning how to be this gentle with my own skin. This is how I pour myself into all the spaces I never knew I could fit, like a sun that finds the smallest corners through fingerprinted glass. It isn't always graceful, but becoming never is. I'm still trying to find the parts of me I left hidden between the pages of a story I never wanted to forget, but you were always in the last place I looked. We found forgiveness on the edge of tomorrow and falling. I am waiting to catch my breath, and you were showing me how to save myself. And what a beautiful thing it is to be made to hold on or let go. I will leave my daydreams out for anyone to find, and spread them like seeds, waiting for the wind to carry them to safer ground. I will love them from a distance till they grow in my direction. I will look up and reach for what has always been mine. I hide behind closed blinds during daylight and bury my skin under blankets that know me better than I do. I hope someday the light will find a way through the cracks while I stand from the outside looking in, so I can tell her I love you, and I always will. One day I will remember this bravery, this storm beneath my skin. You couldn't see me, but you knew I was coming. These skies will teach you patience, the unwavering kind that keeps your feet on the ground while the rest of the world feels unsteady. She will fall for miles, land on your face, your shoulders, your hands, and as her colors change, I see how unafraid you are of those that don't know whether they are coming or going. I still can't tell which one of you is the miracle. I hold promises between my lips, hoping to speak them to someone who will show me what it's like to be held with more than just two hands. My eyes have looked through rose-tinted glasses all my life, and I will never lose sight of a horizon that knows how to see me, even when everything else is falling. I will visit you at sunset, find you in all of the places you thought I would never look. Park bench, oak tree, bookstore. I will read you a story, listen to your favorite song on the radio. I will remember this moment in pictures, black and white. Like coffee, I will wait in the corner of I miss you and sorry. Wave in your direction, hoping you will notice me while I try to remember if this is hello or goodbye. A heart was made to live in the dark. Maybe we were too. This is the part where I put myself back together. This is the part where I tell you I'm okay, and hope you won't notice that I am already ripping at the seams, grasping at straws, and have always been out of reach. I haven't met a cloud that didn't touch me, changing shapes in the wind, not because we asked her to be different, but because the wild showed her it was okay to be free. And like the sun, I am. Spinning, dizzy, running after the moon, trying to catch something I can never have. It's a hopeless thing, this speaking your name, wondering if you will hear me, falling for deaf ears, falling on deaf ears. I cry with my eyes closed, so I can't hear. I cry with my eyes closed, so I can't see how bad it hurts. Everything breaks once, you said, but give anything time, and it will heal if you let it. This was my first lesson of survival. They told me to run like the wind, but I was the one creating it. Someday, I will show you what it feels like to love, with your eyes closed and your heart open. Today I am learning to do the same. You loved me quietly, like footprints in the snow. You were there and I wasn't expecting you. The seasons are changing, but you still look the same. I can hear the forest breathe, the way it sighs when the air passes through, like a song that never wants to end, like a whisper that knows I will hear it, even though they never could. I do not wish for tomorrow because it brings me farther away from tonight. It brings me farther away from you. It brings me farther away from you. The lights are fading behind me in the rearview mirror, and it's raining again. Another goodbye came too soon. Another broken city that I hoped would never leave. I held on to even though I knew heartbreak would come knocking at my door. It has always known where to find me, but I have never been very good at hiding. That was the difference between you and me. I handed you forever and you swept tomorrow under the rug, hoping I would never know where to look. Maybe it's true that goodbye is never far away, because I left a key under the mat, and I'm still waiting to see which of you will use it first. I am proof that some things will never fit, because this shirt of yours will always feel like a cape that hangs past my knees and leaves me drowning. But this is what it feels like when love is the hero of the story. I've been told I love more than I can handle, but the weight of emptiness in my hands feels like a flower that misses the rain, and I love the taste of water too much to go hungry. There are bruises all over my skin, and I'm still not sure where they came from, but I love the color of sunset, and healing will always look beautiful. I will find you in between dusk and twilight. I will balance you gently on my fingers and save you from falling into glass jars. I will set you free, knowing that their eyes should see how you hold on to your own light. I will watch you fade into the trees and wait until I find mine. Fireflies. And when they ask me, "Are you afraid of the dark?" I will remind them that there is nothing to fear when the night is a reason we can see how honest everything shines and the rest of the world is hiding. You are always enough. That is the chapter Dusk. The next chapter is called Light, Northern Lights. They said I was the greatest show on earth, and watched me in the dark with big eyes and curious hearts, hoping that I would never end. Even though time has never been on my side, I'm starting to understand that maybe love is blind, but a broken clock is still right 2 times a day. She showed me how to leave pieces of my heart inside stories that kept me steady, that made me feel something. I don't know there will ever be too many wildflowers pressed against the spine or train ticket bookmarks waiting for me to find my way back again. There are some places that know me better than I do, a home that is never too far away. Flowers take time to grow, and so do I. These rivers run like they are trying to find somewhere else to call home. Maybe I'm just trying to do the same. I planted seeds beneath the skin, knowing the sun would always come back for me, even when nothing else could. This is how I bury my wounds, under oceans. My eyes may burn just like the rest of me, but I came here for healing, and the salt on my tongue will always remind me that everything stings before it goes. I found home in this survival. I held my own hand, opened the window, had a conversation with the night, and forgot every reason there was to hide. Becoming a sunflower. Dig deep, face the sun, open your heart, catch the rain, stay wild, be messy, fall. It won't hurt, I promise. Keep breathing. Note to self, even flowers are beautiful when it's dark. We turned to the sky waiting for answers, never knowing that looking up was all we'd ever need. There is a dream to catch, and it's closer than you think. There's a smile inside of me waiting to reach upward, like a balloon that wants to be free. The flying may come to an end, but the view reminds me that what I would have missed if I had never let go. A new beginning. I see rainbows with my eyes and wonder why they thought chasing dreams was all we had left. I do not let things go softly. Even though my voice is hard to hear, the words still fall from my mouth like a tree that keeps giving until it has nothing left. I may be emotionally nude, but the view is still beautiful. I learned not to fear the falling. Even if I hit rock bottom, the dust will settle, and my arms will still know how to reach. I carry hope in my pockets like pennies that don't know which way they will land, but even if I find myself on the wrong side of right, my hands will show me that there is always room for change. I can hold so much light and darkness too. Conversations with the sky. This heart is a drum in the marching band, playing for a crowd that wants to be heard. It is a standing room only under a sky full of stars. Their eyes are open and I am cheering from the sidelines, reminding them that love is loud even when it's dark. You can hear me, and I can hear you. I climb above skyscrapers with eyes that still remember how to see the stars even when the sky is full of a city that never wants to sleep. Time is standing still, and I am waiting for someone to find me. How to handle me with care. Forgive, and then show me how to do the same. We screamed at the top of our lungs through tunnels that looked like they would never end. You told me to hold on to my light, like it was something you couldn't live without, and honestly, neither could I. It was a simple love, the kind where you spell my name right on the first try, and I knew it was meant to be. I think I met you in a different life. Everything about you is familiar, like a song I've never heard. I think I met you in a different life. Everything about you is familiar, like a song I've heard before, like the smell of rain on my summer dress, like Sunday morning in bed, like yesterday. I would remember your mess anywhere, and I knew I am too much of a disaster for you to forget. We are the perfect storm. The sky echoes, and all we can do is look up, like there's something we might miss. Like the sky, I'm always moving. You didn't want me to leave, but you never asked me to stay. I kissed the book I gave you with my favorite red lipstick and hoped you would hold on to it forever, like a pinky holds a promise. That's the thing about me. I'm always leaving pieces of myself behind, for others to keep, and for once I don't feel empty. Tea-stained paper beneath these hands and a pen that doesn't know how to work. A poem will not write itself, but what words are left for someone that didn't know how to stay? This is a poem about somebody else. This is a poem about someone who chose to stay. Dear self, it was real because you felt it. Love is meant to hurt when it leaves. I'm letting go, like October, and my eyes feel like spring. And it was like the wind. I couldn't see it, but it moved me. Free spirit. I wrap my arms around change, hoping for a miracle. The colors are fading. I am falling, but my voice doesn't shake on the way down. What keeps you awake? A heart that never stops dreaming. Part 3 is Howl. Silence isn't lonely. Things the moon taught me. My toes dangle over dark edges bravely while my hands collect wishes that have forgotten how to shine. They ask, why did you save me? The truth is, I think we all want to be held after we let go. I think we all want to be saved. I'm losing sleep like the one that got away. And I can't help but wonder where the night goes after it says goodbye. I think it left with you. Witness this unraveling, this coming together while falling apart. I am two ends of a rope, one held between fists while the other lies on the ground next to blistered hands that couldn't hold on. I am scraped knees, dirt under fingernails. They say I've been defeated, but I will always remember how to smile when it hurts. I've let myself come undone, all at once, in pieces, and I'm still waiting for my arms to learn that I have always been worth the wait, no matter how many scars my palms wear from trying to hold all of me together. There is a part of me that will always carry almost inside the corners of my heart. I'm here. I'm waiting. These hands have memorized so many beautiful things. Even in the dark, I always know where to find you. I found my heart inside of a shoebox next to pieces of you holding pieces of me. You were rough around the edges, and I was too many words written on folded paper, hidden under photographs that didn't remember what it was like to feel walls. Sometimes I wonder how much longer I would need to wait for you to lose your way back to me. Sometimes I wonder which one of us would find you first. Lost and found. And if the world stops, all I want is a little more forever with you. Thank you for joining us for this Fireside Reading and Reference Desk podcast. I hope you enjoyed that poem. I would like to also remind everyone that Giving Tuesday is coming up, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, so the 29th of November. That is an opportunity for you to go online and make a donation of resources or funds to the library, and it would help us out a lot. So consider this a shameless plug, I suppose. I hope you did find this poetry thought-provoking and inspiring. I really love what this author did with being vulnerable and talking about how the changes in life and the things that everyone goes through you can feel like you're falling apart, but you hold yourself together, and change is beautiful. And I think that's one thing she repeated a couple times throughout this thing, the poetry. I did leave the last chapter out, the last portion of it, so if you want to check it out on Hoopla, again, the link is in the description in below. You should be able to check that out from Hoopla. And I hope you enjoy it and read through it again, because the pictures, like I said, the pictures are really, really pretty. They're all black and white, but they're very nicely shaded, and they're very impactful pictures. Well, that's all for this month's podcast. Don't forget to tune in next month. I do believe we are going to be doing a throwdown conversation about the differences between comic books. It is a complete 180, by the way. Differences between comic books and their corresponding movies, and what drives them to change things in the way they do, whether it's good or bad. We are not going to be tearing apart. We're not going to be taking sides or favorites, although it's going to be hard because I'm pretty sure my guest stars are going to have some opinions. It'll be basically talking about the differences between comic books, source material, and their movies between DC and Marvel, and even possibly some of the Dark Horse or things that aren't in those two categories. So tune in next time if that's something that gets your jam going, and I'll see you next time. Thanks!
Future episodes may feature a variety of topics, ranging from storytelling, arts and crafts, reader's advisory, reference questions, discussion, and more. We also encourage feedback through our Facebook page or in the comments section on the podcast. Visit us online at www.wicomicolibraries.org. Search for Wicomico Libraries on your favorite podcasting site. You can call us at 410-546-5397, or you can email us at center@wicomico.org. That is CENTRE @wicomico.org.